Welcome back to Nutrition Mnemonics. Today we are going to be learning about nutrition labels on food in the United States of America. First things first, nutrition labels are based according to a 2,000 calorie per day diet. For me, that's perfect because according to my height, my gender, my weight, and how often I exercise, I personally should be eating 2,000 calories per day. Unfortunately, this isn't the case for everyone because other people are going to differ according to their gender and their size and how often they exercise. Let's pretend that this food is for granola. There are going to be 8 servings of granola in this container if you follow the recommended serving size, which is 2/3 of a cup. All of the nutrients listed should be doubled if you were to eat double of 2/3, which would be 4 out of 6. Reduced to 2 over 3. Yep, whatever's double of 2/3, you would have to double the nutrients. And if you were to eat half of 2/3, then you would half the nutrients that are listed on the label. And this isn't a math channel, this is a nutrition channel. So we're not going to be doing that math. But comment below if you can figure that out and do the math and help us all out. Next up, we see calories. How many calories are in this food? In this case, it's going to be 230 calories. But again, if you're eating 2 servings of this granola, then we have to double that to 460 calories. That is some math that I can actually do. And we see how many grams there are of each nutrient in this food. In some cases, 0, such as the case for cholesterol, or in some cases 37 grams, such as the case for carbohydrates. Next up, let's talk about daily value. These are the percents on the far right side of the label. If these percents are really high, it means that this food has a lot of that nutrient. If the percent is really low, it means it does not. These percents are connected to the 2,000 calorie per day diet. And of course, that corresponds to me. So I know I need to get 100% of my iron needs in a day, for example. I look at this label, I look on the bottom, and I see, 45% of all the iron that I need in one day is in this granola. That's almost half. Okay, I can either eat 2 portions of this granola and basically get to 90%, or I can keep in mind for the rest of the day that I need to eat other foods that also have iron to get to that 100%. But where it gets complicated is we're not just talking about iron. We also need to reach 100% for fiber. We need to reach 100% for calcium. We need to meet our needs for all the different nutrients, so it can be tough. And then it gets even more complicated if you're not the golden child and you're not like me and you need to eat more calories or less calories than the 2,000 that is set by this label. Let's say you are an athlete and you're a boy and you eat 4,000 calories per day, so double the 2,000. You need to look at the vitamin D, for example, and see, this has 10% vitamin D. If someone's eating 2,000 calories per day, I'm a big boy and I'm eating 4,000 calories per day. So if I'm eating double the amount of calories that are listed on this label, and it says vitamin D is 10% daily value, that means that for me, a 4,000 calorie eater, it's actually only 5% of my needs. And just for fun, let's take a second to talk about the ingredient list on a food label. They are listed according to heaviest ingredient to lightest ingredient. There's no such thing as good or bad foods. We have sometimes foods and we have all the times foods. And if a food is nothing but sugar, or nothing but saturated fat, or nothing but sodium, hey, how about we make that a sometimes food? but not in every food unless you have an allergy or an intolerance or a dietitian that you are working closely with and a chronic disease that you need to regulate. We never want to do forbidden foods in our brain. That's bad. That gives eating disorders. In my opinion, it's kind of complicated. It's a little bit tough if you are not taking an advanced calculus class. But it's a good guideline to see if we are getting enough nutrition throughout the day. If everything you eat throughout the day has 0% calcium, then you can be super sure that you are not getting enough calcium in your diet unless you are taking a calcium supplement that has been third-party tested. If throughout the day everything you eat is above 100% of the daily value of sugar, then you'll think, oh, I think I'm eating more sugar than I need. If you have the time and if you have the brain power to do the math and really sit down and figure out how to add all these different amounts up to make sure you are meeting your needs for different nutrients, more power to you. Personally, I don't have enough time for that because I am rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm finally on season 3, and it is rocking my world. And I also don't have enough time because I don't want to. So the way that I utilize nutrition labels personally is I look at the percent daily value, and if it's a really high number, I take a second look. If it's a really low number, I take a second look. If it's really high in fiber and it's really high in protein, I think, woohoo, good for me. I'm getting a lot of fiber and protein out of this. If I see a food and it's really high in sodium, really high in saturated fat, really high in sugar, I think, ooh, okay, that percent daily value is pretty high for those 3, so maybe I should not eat this all the time. That is the end of our video. You are so wonderful and gorgeous and smart, and I wish that we could hang out and grab a smoothie and go on a walk and talk about how cool astronomy is. But in the meantime, never forget that you are smart, you are capable. Learning can be hard. Challenging what you already know can be hard. But the more we challenge ourselves and the more we let ourselves grow, the closer we are to reaching our full potential. Just like Prince Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.